And hello everyone. So today I want to talk about this function called search for k-effective. So search for k-effective is, you're not actually doing one eigenvalue calculation. You're not looking for one k-effective per se. Let me delete stuff from the old slides. Okay, there you go. Okay, so search for k-effective is so-called like this scenario. Let's say you have a sphere of uranium 235. Okay, and you don't know what the radius is. Okay, you want to, yes, maybe your radius is not defined yet, but you want to adjust the radius. Okay, you want to adjust the radius. Okay, you want to adjust the radius such that, okay, the k-effective equals to 1. So you're telling OpenMC to keep changing the radius until you get a k-effective of 1. Now this is what the search for k-effective function is, and it is available within OpenMC. It is one of the very critical functions you need to learn. So I'll just go through that a little bit today, very quickly. So remember we had our tutorials folder or examples folder. Okay. The search for k-effective function is inside the Jupyter notebook, and you look for this Python notebook called search. Now once you open this up, okay, you'll see a few lines of code and a lot of bits of code here. Alright, all of this. Now this is actually slightly different from what we learned before. What we learned before was how to search, how to do your eigenvalue calculation, meaning to say given a file, okay, given let's say this file of this Python file, okay, you're given a set nuclide density or whatever, then you define the geometry, and then you do some settings, then you export each of these to XML, all right, to make your input files, and then you run the OpenMC. All right, this is how you would normally run OpenMC. Okay, but in a search for k-effective, the way you input all of this is slightly different. You're not going to export it to XML per se. You're going to run the code within Python. So how does this work? Okay, so let me get on to okay, let me get to my working folder. Okay, and yeah, let me get to my working folder and then go to the tutorials part. Okay, so how are we going to do this? Okay, I'm going to copy over this into search for k-effective bare sphere. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to clean up. Okay, maybe I will just quickly make a file. All right, vi clean. All right, so this is what I want to do. Hashtag bin bash, something like that. Yeah, hold on. Bin bash, what is this? Yes, hashtag exclamation marks /bin/bash. What do you want to do? I want to remove star.h5, remove star dot, what else is that, out. Okay, so it's not yeah, I want to remove the XML files, so let me do clean. Let's XML, that's what I want. Okay, so if I run the clean script, it will just remove everything here. So that's makes it work very much like OpenFOAM. Now, okay, so what are the things that we need to change? All right, what are the things we need to change? Some of the things we need to change, they will be listed over here. Now I'll highlight the differences. This is the example file in the search IPython notebook, but I'll quickly highlight the differences you need to know here. Okay, so first thing, you not just need to import OpenMC, you need to import OpenMC.model. So this is how we are going to okay, there's a swap file. Let me delete the swap file. Remove dot Jezebel py swap. Okay, and now I want to rename this as bear search keffective.py. Okay, so this is the bear search keffective.py. There you go. Alright, so instead of just importing OpenMC, we need to import OpenMC model. Import OpenMC.model. Okay, so this is the thing that we need to do. Alright. Okay, so what is this model thing about? Alright, so okay, you just want to highlight two things. Zoom your attention into two things. Bring your attention rather to two things. Okay, first you have this define build model. So you're actually like making a function. Okay, you're like making a function here, and this is called build model. So you have to type def build model, and then at the end of the day you return the model. Okay, so these are the two lines of code you need to pay attention to. Define build model, okay, and then you return the model. Okay, so whatever's inside this bracket, I will tell you what it is shortly. So let me type these two lines of code in. Define build model, then you have brackets, and then after that you just write return model. Okay, this is how you're supposed to open and close your so-called models. Now, why do you need to do this? Well, we said that we wanted to actually so-called change the radius, right? We wanted to change the radius of our what do you call that? Of our sphere, such that it becomes, such that this actually becomes the correct k effective, right? That makes the k effective equals to 1. Okay, so what do you need to do? Okay, so in this parameterized model, okay, the variable that you want to change here, in this case, is called ppm boron. It can be anything, but for this case, in this Jupyter notebook, it's called ppm boron. In our case, we want to change the radius. So let me just start by writing the radius. Okay, radius. Okay, so once I have the radius in, I want to copy all of this in. Okay, so I still want to make my plutonium metal. Okay, so I'll copy and paste this down, and I'll still want to make my sphere. Okay, so how do I then change this, tell OpenMC to change this sphere radius? Okay, so very simple. Okay, the radius is here. Alright, so remember, here's where you have all your materials file. Okay, here's where you have your materials file. Here's where you have your geometry. So where do you define your radius? Your radius is actually defined here. R equals to 16.3849 in this case. So instead of having 16.3849, you just put the variable radius here. So radius is the variable that you want to change. Okay, so you make sure the variable that you want to change is this thing in the brackets here. So what we want to change here is radius. So OpenMC will start to look for this variable radius, and then it'll start playing around with this variable radius. Okay, and then of course, where does OpenMC find radius? Radius is actually over here in the OpenMC sphere. R equals to radius. So that's where you will change the value, the numerical value of this radius to so you iterate it. Okay, you iterate it. Okay. So let me change the boundary condition to vacuum, because we're actually having a vacuum. Okay, and you can still export it to XML if you want, but it's not strictly speaking necessary. Okay, so let's me just okay, to you. Okay, hold on. Oh shucks. Okay, I think I undid too many changes, so you have to press escape and Control R to redo the changes. Okay, so okay, I've redone my changes. Okay, so I want to delete all of this, and now I want to have these settings up here. Okay, so this is actually just our standard inputs of geometry, settings, and materials. So okay, we don't run the simulation like so. Okay, and I'm going to delete all of this. So this is the model that you want to have. It's a plutonium sphere, it's not a uranium sphere. We can always change the materials later on. And of course, remember, over here it's supposed to be radius. Okay, because we want to change this variable. Of course, it doesn't have to be just radius. It can be radius times 10, radius times 0.1, up to you. You can do it like so, and then the radius will just change accordingly. But I'm just going to leave it like so, and let's see what we need to do next. Over here inside the search notebook, we'll need to start typing all of this in. So we have one thing. Okay. Okay. So how does this work? Okay. We have this thing called crit ppm. So where's our crit ppm? Okay. Crit ppm will be the so-called the what you call it, the first variable that you are changing. So we are not using ppm here. Okay, we are using in our case we are using the radius. So what is this crit ppm? What's this for? Okay, what's this first thing here? So basically here we are actually running the search for k effective function, and then it will give you a few things. All right, one is the critical. It will give you a few outputs. All right. Okay, first is the crit ppm. So you can actually print the first output of this calculation, and what OpenMC will give you is the value of this parameterized variable that gives you the k effective of 1. Okay. Next, you will have guesses, which I mean you can actually just do some plotting. Use it to do some plotting. Okay, and then the last thing is the k effectives. So these are some of the things that you can output. Some of the variables you can output, and where will this get used? They will get used in this graph plotting, but normally that's not too important. Okay, but all of this here are just the outputs of the function that you can just store as a variable. Okay, the more important thing I want you to pay attention to is this OpenMC search for k effective. How then do you run the function? Okay, so OpenMC search for k effective will need a few inputs. First thing, which model are you using? Okay, so we actually define the model called build model over here. We define the model called build model, and that's the model we need to use. So you type in build model first. So I'm going to put here, okay, instead of crit ppm, I'm going to put crit radius. All right, guesses and kfs. All right, these are the three. I'm just copying and pasting. Except for this one, which I will change. Crit ppm, I change it to crit radius. So this will be equals to OpenMC dot search for k effective. OpenMC dot search for k effective. Okay. First thing first, of course we put our brackets, but first thing first, let's put the model. So we call it build model because I define the model here as also build model. It's basically a copy and paste. All right. Next thing is I need to put in the bracket. Okay, so where are my guesses? All right. Okay, let me give myself a few guesses. All right, so maybe the critical radius was about 6 centimeters the last time. about 3 centimeters. If we in this case if we make the plutonium concentration so high, we might think that the radius is a lot smaller. The critical radius for K effective equals to 1 is a lot smaller. Maybe you want to put that radius at about 0.05. Okay, I can't remember what the units for this is, but I think it's in centimeters. Okay, this should be in centimeters. So how many centimeters is your crit radius? You would guess. Your lower limit, maybe I would say give it about 0.5 cm. And what will your upper limit be? You can give it around maybe 5 cm. Yeah. So that's what is your, this is the terms you actually put into your bracket. So what OpenMC will do is that it will do this bisection method. It will keep iterating up and down until you get the answer. So the next thing you do is your tolerance. Okay, which I'll put as 1 times 10 to the minus 2. What is a tolerance? Well, you know, your K effective, as it inches towards 1, there will be some error. For example, the first guess over here, your K effective is 1.08, and the second guess is 0.95. Okay, so the thing is, how close do you want your K effective to be to 1? Okay, do you want it to be within 1% or 2% or even less? So this is where it will tell you, once you're below this tolerance, you stop the iteration right there. Okay, so I'll just put at 1 times 10 to the minus 2, just for demonstration purposes. If you increase your tolerance, of course, you increase the strictness of your tolerance, of course, you're going to take longer. But I don't want this to take too long. Okay, next thing is whether you want to print your iterations, which I want it to, because of course you want to see the values. You want to see the iteration. Okay, next thing you do is you can do this, use this print. Okay, what is this thing going to print? This is not going to print the critical boron concentration. It should print, alright, it should print the critical radius. Right, critical radius. And alright, print critical radius, and then this is where the value of the critical radius will be. This bracket 4.0 figures, this is actually four significant figures. If you can see, if I change this to 5 or 6 or 7, maybe it will give me like more significant figures. Okay, and this will be in cm. What I want this to print is the critical radius. Okay, so now we are more or less finished. Okay, so the other thing we need to do now is to Python this file, see whether it runs. Okay, so again I have an error, or rather I have an error. Okay, what is this error? It says there's an invalid syntax. So let's see this bear search for K effective. So apparently there's an invalid syntax here. Why is this invalid? Because I'm missing a colon over here. So let's put in the colon and let's try running it again. So just have to be very careful about the syntax. Okay, but the concepts are more or less the same. Okay, so okay, looks like we have yet another error. We'll try and debug this, but we'll do it in the next video. Thanks for watching.